All right, let's talk generators. Hey, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Um, Quick topic: generators, built-ins, portables. What do I need? How big does it have to be? What kind of fuel does it use? Um, the questions, the questions, the questions. So I'm going to explain what we did and why we did it this way. As you know, we're full-time RVers, right? Everything about full timing in an RV, everything has to have at least two purposes. Flexibility is key. All that kind of stuff. All that stuff comes into play. So, we went with a portable generator. It's a Furman. It's 4,500 watts, or 4.5 kilowatts, whatever way you want to put it. It's got two wheels on it and a handle. You pull it around. Weighs 86 pounds, and it's on its own tray in the rig. The reason we went with this, and it was actually a simple conversation that solidified my decision to go with a portable generator, was I had a friend that had a big diesel pusher. I think it was a Tiffin, and he had the built-in Onan, and he had nothing but problems with that Onan, like problem after problem after problem. He was a big race fan, like he was a big NASCAR fan, and they used to go to the tracks, and they go to the big races and stuff like that. And he went to some local tracks as well, but that generator crapped out on him, and that was his power source for his going to races and stuff like that. His RV sat at a repair facility for that Onan for 8 weeks, waiting on parts and technician support and all this kind of stuff. Um, I'm sure every built-in generator and every portable generator, they have their ugly ducklings, or their what do you call it, the lemons, I guess. But that scenario just could not work with me. I was like, there's no way that I'm going to be full-time RVing and have to drop off my house at a repair facility and go sit in a hotel for 8 weeks. Like, it's just like that my brain just couldn't get around that. So that's why I went with the portable. So once we made the decision to go with the portable, these are the main reasons why. Um, Repairability. If it does crap out on you, you can like mine's on a pull out tray. I can just unbolt it, pop it off, throw it in the truck, take it to a shop, get it looked at. If it's a built-in and it craps out, you got to take your entire rig to a shop to have it fixed, or hopefully, maybe there's a mobile technician that could come and look at it. But once again, it's built into your rig. It's not you can't just pop that thing out of there. Like, those Onans are built right in. And the other reason too for was repairability was replaceability. If I take it to a shop to have it looked at, and the technician says, you know what, this thing's going to cost more to fix it than it is to buy a new one, or it's done its time, maybe you should look at getting something else. Well, then you just buy a different one or another one, and you take it back and you put it on in your rig or on your tray or whatever system you have, and then you're back in the game. Done. It's that simple. Um, I personally believe that the built-in generators are massive for what these rigs need. I know that they're designed to run everything in that rig all at the same time, no problem at all. But once you kind of learn what kind of power you really need, what you don't really need, the size of your generator actually comes down quite a bit. But it all depends on what your needs are. You know what I mean? It all depends on what kind of RVer you are. So once you determine that, then you can determine what kind of generator you want. The other thing too is the flexibility. The fuel types, the brands, the sizes. Not saying the choices are endless, but they're almost endless. I went with mine, a Furman, like a 4,500. It's gas, right? And I had somebody say to me, they're like, well, why wouldn't you get a diesel one? Because your truck's diesel. Then you only have to carry diesel around and not mix it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, yeah, the diesel ones are too heavy to start with. And then, yes, the fuel part, I totally agree with it. Like, fuel makes things easier, but the extra weight for having the diesel and the complexity of it, it's like, no, I'll just do a gas one. And the price too. Like, mine, I think mine costs like $750 or $800, and I've had it for 4 years, and it's run like a champ the whole time. So it makes it easy. The one nice thing too that works out with a portable is if it's, small enough that you can take it in and out of your rig if you're physically capable. You now have the ability to pop it out of your rig, put it on the ground, and use it for other stuff. Use it as a power source for a group of people. You know what I mean? If you have a buddy rig or whatever, you can both run off of the same generator. Whatever. Like it gives you more flexibility. It all depends what suits your needs, of course. Um, the other big one with us, like I had mentioned about the pricing, it is the cost. Portable generators are cheaper by far compared to the built-in kind. I say Onan a lot because Onan is kind of like the RV generator. You know what I mean? Like they kind of cornered the market on that. So it is cheaper to do a portable. Overall, because you're not dealing with installation costs, you're not dealing with a big system. Most of the Onans run off propane, so they're running off of your tanks in your rig, which is also another thing you got to look after. Is like, okay, now you're using more propane, yada yada yada. So there is that stuff. So having said all that, for me, portable was the way to go for all those multiple reasons. Now, to speak to the negative about portable generators is if you have mobility issues, you have back issues, you've got whatever, they are work. You have to move them around, you have to fuel them up, you have to hook up your cabling to it. There is stuff involved. So depending on where you're at, physically, your age, previous injuries, whatever, having a portable may not work for you based on your current situation. And you can say, you know what, I'm way too long in the tooth to be doing that kind of crap. I just want to hit a button and have my generator turn on. Well, if that's what you want to do, then go get that done your way, because it's all about what you need. I'm just saying what we decided was the portable for all of those reasons. And who knows, 10 years from now, I might be like, enough of this portable crap. I want a built-in Onan, and that's what I'm going to go do. But for right now, for my flexibility and what I'm able to accomplish, the portable is the way to go. And for me, to me, it's the only way to do it as a full-timer, where your rig is your home, in my opinion, if you're capable of doing it physically. That's it. Okay, so that's mine. That's my take on generators. We are going to be doing I might do a review series on generators, but we'll wait and see. We'll see how it plays out. But anyway, that's my take on generators. I hope you got something out of it. Hopefully it'll help you. We'll give you some ideas of maybe something you hadn't thought about before. I know that like learning from other people, you see things from different perspectives, and it kind of makes you open your eyes a bit. So anyway, thanks for coming back to the channel. I'm Dave. If it's your first time here, it's great to see you. If you're coming back again, it's always great to see people coming back. Give the video a like if you like it. Leave me a comment if you want. Subscribe if you want. I'm having a whole lot of fun doing this RV series, and hopefully I can keep it going for quite a while yet. Stay tuned. We're going to be doing a live stream probably within the next 2 weeks, but I'll advertise it and let you know when that live stream is going to be. And it'll be a husband and wife full-time RV living truth type a truth kind of not podcast, but live stream. So that should be pretty interesting, because we actually have a pile of questions that we've gotten in about the whole how do you get along in an RV. So we're going to get into that. So like I said, I'm glad you guys showed up. Hope you liked the video, and I'll talk to you real soon. Thanks much.